Look at a map of China from 50 years ago, and then look at one today. The difference is staggering. Where there were once quiet farmlands and villages, now stand cities of glass and steel. Rivers are spanned by record-breaking bridges, and mountains are tunneled through by high-speed trains. This is not just economic growth, it's a nation physically remaking itself. The transformation began in the late 1970s, when Deng Xiaoping launched the era of reform and opening up. China was then a rural, isolated country, but its leaders knew to modernize, you must first build. Factories need power, trade needs ports, and a unified market needs roads. So, China invested on a scale the world had never seen, pouring more concrete in a few decades than the US did in a century. This construction boom created millions of jobs and lifted hundreds of millions out of poverty. Infrastructure became the backbone of China's rise, reflecting its centralized power and long-term vision. Every new airport, railway, and dam is a statement of national ambition. While other countries debate, China builds fast. This ability to mobilize resources has become a hallmark of its system. The result? A nation transformed, and a new global power emerging. China's infrastructure story is the story of its modern identity. China's first infrastructure push was about the basics connecting a vast, fragmented country. The priority, build a national highway system, the veins of a modern economy. Expressways soon crisscrossed the nation, surpassing even the US interstate system. Ports like Shanghai and Shenzhen became global shipping giants, linking China to the world. Behind the scenes, massive projects brought clean water, electricity, and sanitation to millions. These unglamorous upgrades improved health, raised living standards, and set the stage for future growth. Infrastructure unified the country, breaking down barriers of distance and geography. Remote provinces became connected to Beijing and Shanghai, fostering a stronger national identity. For China, concrete and steel were not just economic assets, they were tools of unity and stability. The groundwork was laid for the spectacular projects to come. The next act: high-speed rail. Since the early 2000s, China has built the world's largest bullet train network, longer than the rest of the world combined. Trains now zip between cities at over 350 kilometers per h, turning day-long journeys into hours. This network has fused cities into mega-regions, boosting productivity and economic integration. High-speed rail has changed how people live, work, and travel, reshaping family ties and personal horizons. It's also a symbol of national pride and technological prowess. Now, China exports its rail expertise worldwide, extending its influence through the Belt and Road Initiative. The high-speed train is a showcase of China's ability to plan, build, and lead. China's engineering ambitions are best seen in its record-breaking bridges and tunnels. The Danyang-Kunshan Grand Bridge and the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge are marvels of modern construction. These projects overcome rivers and mountains that once divided the nation. China now boasts many of the world's highest bridges and longest tunnels, built in extreme conditions. This expertise has become a valuable export, with Chinese firms building infrastructure worldwide. Each new bridge or tunnel is a symbol of China's ability to master nature and mobilize collective effort. These feats are both national monuments and global advertisements for Chinese engineering. As millions moved to cities, China faced an urbanization challenge and responded by building smart cities from scratch. Cities like Hangzhou use AI and sensors to manage traffic, energy, and public services. New districts like Xiong'an are designed to be green, intelligent, and interconnected. The goal: leapfrog old urban models and create cities for the digital age. Smart cities promise efficiency and convenience but also raise concerns about surveillance and privacy. China's urban future is a bold experiment, one that could set global standards or spark global debate. The smart city is both a technological showcase and a test of the balance between innovation and control. China is betting its future on cities that are as connected as they are ambitious. Powering a modern China meant building colossal energy projects like the Three Gorges Dam, the world's largest. The dam tamed floods, generated electricity, and symbolized China's drive to harness nature. Now China leads in renewables, installing more solar and wind capacity than any other nation. Ultra-high voltage grids move clean energy from the west to the energy-hungry east. China's vision extends beyond its borders, a global energy grid connecting continents. By dominating renewables and grid technology, China aims to shape the world's energy future. The transition is driven by necessity, cleaning up pollution and ambition, leading the next global infrastructure revolution. China's energy story is one of scale, innovation, and global reach. The Belt and Road Initiative is China's global infrastructure play. Roads, railways, and ports spanning Asia, Africa, and beyond. China finances and builds projects in over 150 countries, offering a path to modernization for many. In return, it secures resources, opens new markets, and extends its influence. The Digital Silk Road adds 5G networks and digital infrastructure, deepening China's global footprint. But the BRI is controversial. Critics warn of debt traps, environmental risks, and the export of China's surveillance model. Despite the debate, the BRI has reshaped global development and geopolitics. China is no longer just a participant in the global system. It's building a new one, with itself at the center. The world is watching as China's reach grows ever wider. China's infrastructure miracle has a dark side. Ghost cities and underused mega-projects reveal the risks of overbuilding and debt. Environmental costs are severe pollution, displaced communities, and altered ecosystems. Despite a push for renewables, China remains the world's top coal consumer and emitter. Surveillance infrastructure enables unprecedented state monitoring, raising ethical questions at home and abroad. The same tools that connect and empower also control and constrain. China's ambitions remain boundless, from space-based solar power to maglev trains. Yet the nation stands at a crossroads, balancing growth with sustainability, connection with control. Its infrastructure is both a symbol of national pride and a source of deep contradictions. How China navigates these challenges will shape not just its own future, but the world's.